music hustlers, Christine Morel here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 awesome ways to increase your engagement on your social media. Let's go. So when I first started getting into social media, I always thought that quantity was really important. How many fans can I get? It's so important for me to get millions of fans. And I didn't realize that what was more important was the quality of the fans that I had. Because if I had 100,000 followers that weren't really interested in my music, it doesn't really make much of an impact on my music career, does it? Just because they're following me doesn't mean that they really care about my music, and doesn't mean that I've really created an impression on them. And what I realized as I built my career was that the way that I could create a sustainable career and the way that I would actually start making money off my music was creating a personal relationship with my fans. Not just trying to get as much as I could and then posting. That wasn't the thing. Because if you've ever heard the concept of all you need is 1,000 true fans, 1,000 true fans that will spend about $100 with you a year. That means all they have to do is buy an album or buy a t-shirt and a hat, something like that, right? And maybe, donate to a live streaming or something, send you something on a tip jar. They've already spent $100 in a whole year, right? And if you get 1,000 people that'll spend $100, you're making $100,000 a year as a musician, and that ain't bad. So I started focusing on how do I create those great relationships with my fans rather than trying to get quantity, because if all I'm focusing on is quantity, they're not really going to be as interested in buying something from me, right? If I've never talked to them, if I've never engaged with them, if they're not engaging with my posts, we don't really have a relationship. So this is why it's important. This is why it's important to create engagement, because we want to open up some communication with them so we can create a relationship with them. If you think about it, if someone has had a discussion with you, has talked to you about certain things, like whether it has to do with music or just what you've done in your day, they're more likely to buy your music, they're more likely to stream your music, they're more likely to contribute to your crowdfunding campaign, they're more likely to buy tickets to your show, they're just more likely to support whatever it is that you're doing, because you have to give them value. It's never enough to just think, I just need to give them my music and that's good enough. That's just it's just not going to be as impactful as if you create a relationship with them. And one of the biggest ways that I've created a relationship with my fans and followers is getting them to engage with my posts. And I'm going to show you guys 5 ways that I've increased engagement. All right, so step number 1, what we want to have is we want to make sure that we use hashtags. We've heard of this before, but really make sure you're doing this. What you want to do is you want to always hashtag your posts. And what you want to describe in your posts is describe what kind of music you do. If you make pop music, put that hashtag pop R&B, hashtag R&B singer, hashtag hip hop rapper, hashtag indie rapper. Then there's also hashtag singers of Instagram, hashtag rappers of Instagram, hashtag guitarists of Instagram, producer, a hashtag producer. You want to describe everything about you, because the more that you can describe about you, the more discoverable you are. So if someone is looking for a singer, someone's looking for a new indie hip hop artist, they're looking for country artists, or they're looking for a new indie band, you want to make sure that you're hashtagged as indie band, because if someone looks for you on Instagram, they look up, if someone looks up a hashtag for indie band, right, your band will show up. So you're getting targeted followers. If they follow you, they're looking for you. They want your music. They want to support your music, rather than just getting random followers that maybe are following you because you have a cute dog, right? That's not going to be the same type of follower as if you have a follower who specifically likes your style of music and found you because they looked up independent rock band, right? So you want to make sure to hashtag all of your posts, because it makes you discoverable to other people who are searching for artists like you. Number 2, another big thing that we can do is create shareable content. What I mean by shareable content is something that someone's going to want to share, okay? Because when they share it, what happens is if they share your post, it'll then get put on their Facebook or their Instagram, and all of their followers can now be exposed to your account as well, since they shared it, right? So there's an opportunity to get organic fans, organic followers, get new people exposed to your music. Shareable content can include a big one, and a lot of people don't do this, but I really want to recommend this, are quotes. Quotes are really good, and they can be quotes about music, they can be quotes from famous artists, or they can just be inspirational quotes, motivational quotes, funny quotes, those types of things. Shareable content. Apart from quotes, you can be sharing memes, funny memes, memes about music, memes about your favorite types of artists, but then you can also do memes that are non-music related, something that's just comedy. Anything that's going to get people to look at and go, man, that's really funny. I want to share that to my group of people as well. Creating shareable content will then help you get your account exposed to other people's followers, since they're going to be sharing your posts on their social media. Number 3, we want to post as much video content as possible. This is important because videos get anywhere from 2 to 5 times more engagement typically, sometimes even more. So if we want to post behind the scenes footage of us maybe like eating McDonald's at 4 o'clock in the morning, or maybe we're songwriting and we're figuring out what we're going to title the song, or maybe we're going through our clothes and we're figuring out what we're going to wear to our video, a lot of this really helps with creating engagement, right? We want to do some sort of video that we can get people to watch, because more people watch videos, they engage with videos, and they're just more interested in it. So the more videos that you can do, the more live streaming that you can do, anything where they're gonna get a really good visual, it performs better than even pictures and photos. So if you can do as many videos, not just your music video, right? Not just your music video, but maybe you're also gonna perform that song a cappella. Or maybe you're going to do it acoustic with a guitarist, or just a piano player stripped down. Try to think of all the things that you could possibly do to get creative instead of just getting your music video and resharing it over and over and over and over again. You don't want to do that. You want to do different things. Maybe you're going to make a lyric video, right? It's still the same song, but now you've just changed it slightly different. So that's what we want to do. We want to have different types of video posts, but we could always be promoting the same thing in different ways if you'd like, or just be promoting. I've found that I've had really great responses from people who, even if I just post like, hey guys, this is me in my regular day, I'm getting ready, I'm gonna go to the gym now, just kind of real basic stuff that's even non-music related, because people really like to see you as a human being. They like to relate to you. They like to see you as a normal person rather than this person who's totally unobtainable that you can't reach, right? They really like having a relationship with you. So the more that they get to know your personality, the better. And that's why reality television is so popular, right? Because people kind of feel like they get to know these famous, celebrities and get to see what it's really like. Now, I know a lot of us know that a lot of it's scripted, but still they get to see kind of more of an inside look into how people really live. That's why it's really great for you to share video as well. 4, okay, now we're gonna get into the real effective things. 4 is your caption. Your caption can create so much engagement, it is unreal. So let's say we posted a really great video of us, maybe showing 2 different outfits, for example. And in our caption, we can say, which outfit do you think I should wear for my music video, right? So what we can do is we can ask a question in our caption. I've told people that many times I ask, it can be, what's your favorite artist? What's your favorite song right now? Who do you think is going to win Grammy for Best Pop Album, right? It can be music related, or it can be non-music related. I have shared that I have posted videos or even photos of, Coke and Pepsi. And I put a question, Coke or Pepsi? That makes it very easy for people to respond, because they're going to write Coke, they're going to write Pepsi, or maybe they're going to put root beer, screw Coke and Pepsi. But it makes people engage. I remember the first time that I started doing this, I got like 150 comments the first time, and it was like, I had never gotten 150 comments before. Now, why does that work to our advantage, right? You're probably going, well, Coke or Pepsi has nothing to do with my music. Well, this is why it does. Because our algorithm, the way the Facebook and Instagram algorithm works is, if someone has engaged with my content, Facebook now tells itself, hey, let's say someone named Bob, right, commented on my post that said Coke or Pepsi, and he posted Coke. The Facebook algorithm now says, hey, Bob really likes Christine's Facebook, so let's make sure to always show Bob Christine's posts. Because the thing about the algorithm is, it doesn't always show everyone your posts, even if they're following you, even if they're your fan, even if they, it doesn't. What it does do is it shows your content to people who want to see your content. And if they're engaging and liking and commenting, then Facebook's going to recognize that they like you. So they're going to start showing your page and your posts more often to them. So how does that benefit you? Well, if you get them to post and comment on stuff like Coke or Pepsi or whatever, you ask questions, what's your favorite song? And then tomorrow you release a single, guess what? your single is going to show up in their Facebook feed. There's a million times more chances that they're going to now see your single, maybe go buy your single or join your email list or join your crowdfunding campaign. This is why it can be really beneficial to post even non-music related stuff, because you're creating engagement with them. The Facebook and Instagram algorithm are going to recognize that they like your content, so they're going to keep showing them your content. And now it gives you an opportunity to create a really great relationship with your fans and followers, because now you're communicating with them. Another thing that you can do is put a fill in the blank question. So you can put in a, hey, before I die, I want to fill in the blank. Or if I could go back in time, I would fill in the blank. Those types of things are really, really great. So any type of fill in the blank stuff, people are going to want to respond. You've made it very easy for them to engage with your profile. The other thing that I would really recommend too is creating longer captions in the form of stories. I tell a lot of stories about my life, right? I talk about how, I grew up on a farm, how I raised pigs, all those types of things. Recently, I told the story about how I used to knock on doors. So I actually would knock on doors selling my music. You'd sing on people's doorsteps, and 9 out of 10 people would tell me no. And people would slam doors in my face. I've cried on street corners. It was very, very hard for me when I first started doing music. And I tell that story. I tell the story of how I used to play for old ladies. If they had a piano in their home and they invited me in, I'd go play for them. They might feed me dinner or something like that. And I would sell my music, and most people told me no. Most people rejected me. But in a post that I posted recently, I shared that story. I shared the story of how I used to get chased by dogs. I used to have a little scooter where I used to go on my scooter and knock on people's doors. And one day I got chased by this big dog, and I thought I was gonna die. It was crazy. And I'm just going down the scooter like it's over. I'm done. This dog is he's inching on me, and thank God he turned around and he didn't catch me. But I tell that story in my posts. So posts like that, and maybe in the post, in the post that I had done recently, I had actually posted a quote that was talking about, I'm very determined in following my dreams. And I told that story. I got a lot of really quality engagement, right? Where people now feel connected with me. They're going to be interested in my music as I post it, because now they go, wow, thank you so much for sharing that. I needed to hear that today. You don't know what people are going through, and how you sharing your own stories and struggles can really help them as well. Share a part of who you are, because they're going to feel connected with you. And again, we're not talking about quantity, we're talking about quality. If we build 1,000 fans that are willing to spend $100 with us a year, we're making $100,000 a year. And for someone to want to buy something from you, right? And we're an independent artist. We don't have huge budgets. We don't have millions of dollars, to put into our advertising. So we need to work on building relationships, and building those relationships can absolutely be done by sharing stories that are going to resonate with other people. I highly recommend this, because I get really, really good quality relationships with my fans and followers who don't just look at me as an artist. They consider me someone that inspires them, someone that they look up to, someone that they want to check out all my content because it makes them feel a certain way. So I recommend trying to do this as well. You're going to see a really, really great increased engagement and a quality of engagement as well. And last, number 5, super, super important, engage back. Return the love. When someone comments on your post, try to comment back, right? And sometimes we can do that as you're sitting at the dentist's office, as you're in your Uber or on your lunch break, whatever it is. Try to comment back to everybody that you can, because again, creating quality relationships with our fans is what's going to turn them into people who want to support your music. People are going to come to your shows. And it feels good, guys. Honestly, it feels really, really good to connect with them, because you don't know the type of impact that you have on people. If you're a great musician, they see you just the same way that they see a Beyonce, or the way that they see a big, a Justin Bieber, or, I'm using all these pop bands right now. I'm a big fan of the Black Keys. They're one of my favorite bands. They're going to see you in the same way, except they actually have a personal relationship with you. So if you can engage with them, like what they say, comment back, even if it's just a thank you with a heart emoji, even if it's just a smiley, even if you can only just do a little winky or whatever, it's going to go a long way. I'm not going to tell you, or I could tell you, I mean, hundreds of times I've gotten messages from people that where they said, "Oh my God, you're the only artist who's ever responded to me. You have a fan for life," right? That's so valuable, and it feels good. It feels good because they're going to say, you know, every other artist, you know, thinks they're too good to respond, or you know, whatever. So I try very hard because I know it makes their day and it makes my day, and it also contributes to helping to, you know, build my relationship with them, which in turn helps to build my music career as well. So it helps me to maintain, you know, my ability to continue to create music, because if my fans are buying my music, I have money to spend to record more music to make my fans happy, right? Everybody wins here. So that's why I say engage as much as you can, like and comment on any comments that they put, and in your DM, right? If people are commenting on your music and that sort of thing, I do recommend responding to everybody. Now, you are going to get weird messages. I get tons of weird messages. I don't respond to those, obviously. It takes time. You know, I get like weird guys in my message box saying some pretty weird things. So I just ignore those. But, you know, if you have people there that you think, you know, potentially, you know, want to build a relationship with you as a fan, and you know they're complimenting your music, make sure to write them back. You know, put that time in there. It's going to go a long way for you. All right, I hope that helped everyone today. Those are my top 5 things to help you increase engagement on your social media page. If anything, if I'll leave you with anything, it is to stay consistent. That's the most important thing. If you are not consistent, you could use all my tricks in the book, and if you only do it once a month, you are not going to see results. But if you do this a little bit every day, you're going to see a huge increase in social media engagement and a much better relationship with your fans. All right, I'm Christine Morel, everybody. I will see you on the next one.